Hi there, this is Mr. Ahmad and welcome to the part 4 of the series where we create Fiverr platform and its all of functionalities into WordPress by using Elementor and Crocoblock plugins. Now in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on building the whole functionality of user profile, their sign up system, their login system, and everything in between that's required for a functioning user system. Now, before proceeding further, there are features of, let's say, forms inside the JetEngine by default. And you can see here that it can be enabled, disabled. You see forms legacy. So what they have is they have like forms built in for your own requirements, such as creating a post, deleting a post, and user sign up, because those are required for a profile builder. But the thing is that it's a legacy feature. That means that they're not going to add new features to it. They're just going to like keep it functioning. That means you need to use JetFormBuilder. Now JetFormBuilder is a very great and advanced form building system for WordPress, where you can create really great, amazing forms in any sort of way. And the good part here is that it has really great native integration with JetEngine. So whatever features you are going to need, such as like for sign up, login, and all of these different processes, we would be using JetFormBuilder and its couple of add-ons. So let's get started. I've already added the JetFormBuilder and installed it on the website. You guys can go ahead and do that, but if you want to rely on legacy forms, that's up to you. But in the video I'll be working on JetFormBuilder because that's much more advanced and it has more features, and there will be more features coming in the future as well. So let's get started. Now whenever you work on the enable the profile builder and enable the forms as well, what you see is you get this you get this profile builder where you can see and configure all of its options, and those options are really crucial for our whole system while we are building Fiverr inside WordPress. So we can see here that account page is already added, and if we go to here, if we go here to the account page and it's already added on the website, if we click on view, you'll be able to see that we have man, add new post, and user settings. So we do have something that's already like created, and it was already created when we were working on the skins manager and we imported the presets. That's how everything came into place. Now if you're going there, let's go to the profile builder, and inside the profile builder you can further see that we do have a users page, we do have a single user page, that would mean like a single profile page. We also have a template mode, hide admin bar. Like for example, if someone is logged in to your website, are they supposed to see this top admin bar? Yes or no? You can disable that. For me, I had that admin bar for the front-end users, not for myself, obviously, as I'm an admin. And then we can only also restrict this admin access area. So I think we don't need to have or let someone go into the admin side of things. So let's keep that simple. Now I'll click on save and let's go ahead to the account page. Now the account page is something that needs to be configured, and that would be, let's say, the dashboard of a seller profile. So if any seller is somehow creating their account, or even a buyer, they will have to be here on the account page, and that account page is going to be everything. So right now, if you can see here that for not authorized users, so what happens, this is the title of the page, let's say seller dashboard. We can give it a time. For the meantime, we obviously will be changing this. So for not authorized users, what should happen? So they should just redirect to the login page. And then for users with restricted access, so what should happen? It should also there should be also an action. Let's say they redirect to the main dashboard page or something like that. And right now we have these sections. Now if we go further into the advanced tab, we can create rules as well. If this role is happening, what should be happening and everything. But let's not go into all those things. So now the focus here is that I'll show you the forms as well, and then we will go ahead and create our forms inside the JetFormBuilder. Now here we have 3 forms, and those 3 forms are edit user, edit post, and new post. So these forms are sort of by default. If I click on edit, and these are from the legacy JetEngine form builder. That's not inside the new one, which is the JetFormBuilder. Now here you can see post ID, that's a heading field, thumbnail, and everything. and you can also see what are the post actions, actions and everything. Now here, what we need to do is we need to first focus on sign up form, then we need to focus on login form, and then what we are going to do is we are going to work on the access to make sure that whenever someone logs in, they have to be redirected to this page. Now that's the thing. Let's go ahead and start working on the JetFormBuilder. Here we need to we can see here we do have like nothing. So what we do is we create a new form, and there should be the sign up form, seller sign up. There are multiple ways that you can easily configure your form. Now here what we are going to do is we are going to start from scratch, and here what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a text field, and that text field should be for the email. So here on the field type we can have multiple options, but let's choose the email field, and yeah, email. The label should be email. We also need to have the first name last name field, so let's add those fields as well. Text field, let's put this above. Field label should be name. It can be first name. It should be text. Yeah, perfect. The next thing should be let's duplicate this one. It should be the last name. Perfect. We also have the same field type text. Now, since this is already a seller sign up, so we can automatically make the user go into the seller role, or let's say, we don't need to like let the user select for how they want to sign up, because it's by default a seller sign up form. So let's go ahead and do that. First name, last name, email. Let's add a password, text field. Perfect. And this should be password. Now here we can change the password, and if you want to add something, let's say what's your website or something like that, we can do that later on, but this is how it is now. Now here let's go ahead to the jet form, and here everything needs to be configured right away. Now here in the first we have the verification field, and in the verification system it is basically letting the user know like you can verify your email. So you can see here that who can verify. If someone wants to manually do it, they can admin on the user email field, like send a verification link to the email address provided in this field, and that's how you can do it. So I think it's you can go ahead and let your users verify your email before they sign up. So that's a very great added feature if you want to. Other than that, since we are working on a test system here, so we don't need to have that here. We just need direct signups, but you can add that on your own. If I click that, so the registered user doesn't need to wait for the verification. Now here, what happens is that allow creating new users by existing users. So that is, if this option isn't logged users with the selected role, will be able to add new users. No, we don't need to do that. So now what happens? We need to do field mapping whenever someone is going to register their account. What should be done, or how the fields should be connected with each other, and there should be their user login should be obviously email. Okay, yeah, that should be email. The email should be obviously email. So the password will be the password field, then confirm password again, and the first name should be first name, last name should be last name. User URL, choose the form field that will be used to get the user's website. Okay, we don't need to do the have to do that. And then we also can select which role the user needs to have. So it should be author. Let's give it the role subscriber. Okay, so here what we need to do is we also need to collect the data of user ID inside the form. So that's not a problem. And the rest of the messages, and these are the messages where you can easily like define what should be said or something like that. And there are also like password mismatch things, so I'll add another one, and that should be the password. Let's duplicate this one. Duplicate. It should be confirm password. That's it. And here we need to be confirm password. Yeah, it's a password field. Yeah, we can also have an eye icon for the password one. Yeah, perfect. So a user can see their password. Now let's go back to the JIT form, and we also need to add a submit button. So that would be slash action button. Yeah, submit. So the name should be register my account. Perfect. Let's go ahead to the JetFormBuilder and here work on the actions again. Confirm password should be confirm password. And other than that, I think we are all good. I'll click on update. And let's go through some other stuff. Let's say, yeah, we can also have the option of saving the form record. So let's say if you want to use this sort of data for your marketing purposes or something like that, you can also do that. There's more stuff as well. Add new action. You can add further more actions. If you want to call a webhook or do some sort of more automation, you can do that. You can also do a redirect of page. That's also something that can be done, but we will do that later when we create a success page or something like that. Now let's go ahead, and there is nothing else we can do right now because things are really detailed here, but that's it for now. I'll click on publish. That's it. And I'll go ahead and create another form, and that would be for login. Let's set seller sign up, and here I'll add another one that would be login form. So here we also need to use just a pre-made template, email, you login email, password, and remember me, and that's it. I'll rewrite the thing as login. I'll click on publish, and that's done. We now have two of our forms, which is going to be login and sign up. Now here you can see that we do have the account URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to in the sign up, or sorry, in the login, where they should be redirected. I'll click on edit. Now here we can configure that whenever the login happens, where the user should be going. I'll click on add new action, and here what needs to be done is it needs to redirect. Which specific page it needs to redirect? I can click on static page. That should be account, and that's it. Should it happen in new tab? No. Click on update and save. Now here we do have like two forms, and now where these two forms should appear. These two forms needs to appear on specific Elementor pages. So in the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to specifically for the login, sign up, and then we will start working on the account page as well. So that's it for now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.